by David Newbold, and it's called Gold Mines, right here on worldinternetradio.net, WINR. Sometimes I don't need glasses. I just wear them for that intellectual look.
Yeah, well.
You ever noticed a banker when he's doing a commercial on, for his bank, he's wearing glasses. When the camera gets close to him, he takes his glasses off.
That's right.
So I think that's the intelligence. And when
you're doing that well.
Have you seen even a lawyer? I've seen commercials of lawyers, and the lawyer's sitting there and he's looking at paper, and the camera gets closer to him, and he goes like this.
Yes.
Hi. For your next courtroom scene, I am your main man.
That's right.
Then he takes the glass off. I said, that's got to be the intellectual look.
Well, yeah, and wisdom, and you're looking very wise, Jay.
I'm Jay Gordon Lunn, and I have a special guest here. Did I say a commercial about a lawyer? I have a lawyer on the show with me. He understands me when I said the intellectual look. You have to wear the glasses. If you don't wear the glasses, you're dumb. So here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Glen Aaron in his glasses, and what an intellectual look.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Thanks for having me.
Glen, other than being a lawyer, you are an author. I could say book writer, but that's of the lower intellectual level.
All right.
So you got to go to the upper level of intellect and say author.
Author.
Yeah. You are an author. And we'll find out about the lawyer aspect, and then the lawyer, and then the author part, and where we go. But you've got a book on the market right now called, now I understand some of this and some I don't. Baghdad, I know where that's at, Baghdad. On the Bayou, and I know where that is too, and they're far apart.
Yes.
Now, I grew up on the Bayou. I grew up around New Orleans, between Memphis and New Orleans is my growing up area. I don't remember Baghdad being anywhere near there. Now, how did Baghdad on the Bayou come to be?
Well, Baghdad on the Bayou is a detective story. Jake Stern. It's the second in a series of the Jake Stern series, and this particular plot starts with a kidnapping at the 7-Eleven bar in New Orleans, and as it turns out, the 7-Eleven bar was and became an infamous place during Katrina because the Blackwater mercenaries in Baghdad were dispatched all the way from Baghdad to the quarters to establish, allegedly, law and order, and they took over the 7-Eleven bar as their headquarters. So it's Blackwater mercenaries from Baghdad.
Right. Baghdad, Iraq. We're talking about the war in Iraq, yeah.
That end up taking over this particular bar in the French quarters. In that particular bar, a law professor from the University of Houston's daughter, on her graduation trip and her graduation party, is kidnapped. Jacob Stern, the detective, is hired to retrieve Tasha, the kidnapped girl. So that's the beginning of the book, Baghdad on the Bayou.
So you write fiction and nonfiction.
That's correct.
And this one is?
Fiction.
Fiction.
And this is the second of the series of what I call the Jacob Stern series. Jacob Stern is the New Orleans detective.
Yeah. Okay. Now, these books are on the market. Can you buy them anywhere, or where's the best place to go to get the books?
Well, on our website, if you go to our website, glenaaron.com, you can click to the purchase area for purchasing the book there.
Right. Okay.
And that's probably the best way to go, and the fastest and the most efficient.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell us in depth about the book? You know, the Blackwater guys from Baghdad, they end up in New Orleans, and is there any other connection from anybody else from any other places?
Well, being from New Orleans, and I believe previously an announcer and in radio in New Orleans yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you have a book originating in the quarters if you didn't have Weird Marie?
Correct.
And, of course, with all of her voodoo and that sort of thing. And there is a weird Marie and her hallucinogenic mushrooms and the powders from those mushrooms in the plot of the story. It's pretty interesting. I think it's a good read, and I think people will really enjoy it. It's a page burner.
Okay. And it's on the market right now.
Yes, sir.
And you go to Glen Aaron. And let's spell this out. Glen
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah,
GlenAaron.com.
That's correct.
All right, Glen Aaron, thank you so much for appearing on the show with us today. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and the best of luck to you. And remember that book now, it's Baghdad on the Bayou. I mean, if nothing else, the title should get your attention. All right? Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it. This is WorldInternetRadio.net.
So you say